Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time visiting this channel, click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you will get notified as soon as possible. Yeah, so it's a new week again, all right? And just as we normally do, we just go through the personal watch list just to see what the market has for us going into a new week, all right? Yeah, last week was a mixed week, all right? Like it was a mixed week, all right? We had a mixed week last week. We lost 2 trades, all right? We took our first 2 trades and then we lost it, all right? That made, so the 2 trades together was about 75 pips, all right? So we lost 75 pips last week, all right? And because of the FOMC, I just decided to stay back a little bit just for the FOMC to come and then see what the market will present to us after the FOMC, all right? But right after the FOMC, the market was still not clear to me, all right? So I was still really feeling reluctant to jump into the market and then see if I can take advantage. But I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see. But I spotted a very nice trade on CAD GPY, all right? I spotted a very nice trade on CAD GPY, of which was a very high risk trade. So even in my channel or even my Telegram channel, you can tell, all right, that I posted a CAD GPY trade signal. But before posting that signal, I made you aware that is a very high risk trade, all right? Because I mean, I was risking 100 pips, and it's quite unusual. All right, it's quite unusual for me to post a trade on the Telegram channel whereby I'm risking 100 pips. All right, so I was risking 100 pips for 400 pips. All right, I was risking 100 pips for 400 pips. I don't know the value of 100 pips based on your account balance. All right, that is why always I speak in pips. If you have followed me for a while now, I always quantify the market in pips. All right, I don't do it in monetary terms because I mean, at the end of the day, the money in my account is different from the money in your account. So the best way for me to go is to quantify the market or the movement of the market in pips. All right, so I always like speaking in pips a lot. All right, here, and I mean, risking 100 pips to 400 pips, maybe to me it wouldn't really hurt my account so much, but to you, maybe you have a smaller account of which you can't afford to risk 100 pips. That is why I gave that caution. All right, and so interestingly, right after posting the signal and entering into it, within some few minutes, the trade moved 100 pips. All right, and by which for that we took our first partial. I don't know how many of you took the trade, all right, but if you took the trade, you realize that when you go to 100 pips, I told you to take partials, all right? And so as at now, the trade is running on a risk-free environment because I mean, you've taken our partial, all right? The amount of pips that we risk, you have already taken it. So even if the market should come back to hit our SL, that is a break-even trade for us. All right, but I don't know how many of you are still in the trade, but I'm still in the CAD GPY trade. All right, I just decided not to add it to the watch list for 1 or 2 reasons. Yeah, I'm still in the CAD GPY trade. All right, going into a new week, I'm really expecting price to continue to dip. All right, I'm expecting price to continue to dip to the downside. Yeah, so that is just that for last week. Let's go into these pairs and see what the market has for us going into a new week. So with the dollar index, you can realize that the dollar index is really bullish. All right, the dollar index is really bullish, but I'm expecting the last quarter. All right, I'm expecting the last quarter to be bearish as far as the dollar index is concerned. I don't normally do this, all right, but I'm doing this just for today. Let's switch to a 3-month time frame and let me show you something. I don't normally do this, all right, on my free channel or on YouTube, all right. Basically, if I would do this, it would be on my VIP session, all right. But today, I want us to do this, all right. Let's switch to the 3-month time frame, all right, and see what the market has for us the next quarter or the last quarter. All right, yes, let's go to the 3-month time frame and see what the market has for us going into the last quarter. Yeah, so this is a 3-month time frame. So just as you can see, look at this. Look at this. Look at what happened. All right. Look at what happened. Price has what? Cleared this buy stop. That is the relative equal highs you are seeing here, and price is entering into it has even filled the fair value gap you are seeing here, entering into these other blocks. All right. So look at, for the past few months, the dollar index has been very, very, very bullish. All right. So I'm expecting, and we have 5 days. We have 5 days, 12 hours to zoom into a new quarter. All right. We have 5 days, 12 hours to zoom into a new quarter. That means at the end of the week, at the end of this week, we are expected to zoom into a new quarter. And so I'm expecting price to give us a very sharp movement to the downside. All right. Here, so I'm really expecting the dollar index to really move to the downside going into the last quarter of the year. All right. Here, so that is just that for the 3 months. Let's switch to our normal time frames and then see what the market has for us going into a new week. And so I'm expecting to see price continue to move up to the 114 zone. All right. I'm really expecting price to continue to move up to the 114 zone. But before that, we've had an impulse movement, and so I want to see price retrace a little bit. All right. I want to see some form of retracement, all right, to this high. All right. I want to see price retrace to this high before we see a continuation to the upside. All right, before we see a yes. So I want to see price retrace to the zone. All right, I want to see price retrace to the zone before we see a push to the upside, finally to the 114 zone. So that is my expectation on the dollar index going into a new week. Let's look at what is happening on AUDUSD. Let's look at what is happening. So for AUDUSD, price has really been moving to the downside. All right, let's switch to the 1-month time frame and let me show you something on the 1-month time frame. All right, yes, so I was expecting price to continue to move to this zone. All right, I'm expecting price to continue to move into this zone. All right, let's go to the weekly and see before we see a continuation to the upside. All right, before we see a continuation to the upside. So price is currently, this is another block. All right, there's another block you are seeing here. So price is currently sitting in this zone, all right, of which I'll be expecting some form of retracement. All right, a bounce off to this area, then we see what price has for us. So going into a new week, I'll be looking for bullish prices on AUDUSD. I'll be looking for bullish prices on AUDUSD. All right, yes, I'll be looking for bullish prices on AUDUSD. Let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see. Yes, I'm looking for bullish prices on AUDUSD. Yeah, so that is my expectation on AUDUSD. All right, price is still is really bearish. All right, price is really, we haven't seen any signal of price changing into a bullish environment. That is why I'm really finding it so difficult to make you aware of where I'm expecting price to bounce off. All right, here, because price is still heavily bearish. All right, price is still really bearish. And so even though I'll be looking for bullish prices, because of the price action on the higher time frame, that is the 1 hour upwards, we are not seeing things clear. So I'll be moving to the lower time frame. All right, I'll be moving to the lower time frame. That is the 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, even the 2 minutes. All right, and as well as the 1 minute. All right, because that is where I'll be able to see clarity so far as the market moving into bullishness is concerned. All right, yeah, so that is just that for AUDUSD. That is just that for AUDUSD. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD. Let's look at what is happening on USDCAD. So for USDCAD, the dollar index to same plan. All right, we've had an impulse movement. All right, it really had a very heavy impulse move, and so I'm really expecting price to retrace to this zone before we see a continuation to the upside. All right, yeah, before we see a continuation to the upside. So going into a new week, I'll be expecting, or I'll be looking for bearish prices. All right, I'm looking for bearish prices on USDCAD. I'll be looking for bearish prices on USDCAD. Yeah, so that is my expectation on USDCAD going into next week. All right, yes, going into next week. The market is not really giving us a clearer setups, but let's see what happens next week. So for Euro AUD, let's see what is up. Euro AUD, I'm bearish. All right, I'm bearish on you because look at this. You've seen price giving us multiple wick rejection within this zone. All right, within this zone, and then look at how the Friday candle closed. All right, so I'm expecting price to continue to push to the downside, take out the sell stop. All right, and if possible, break this low finally to this zone as well. All right, so I'm really bearish on Euro AUD. Let's look at what is happening on EURCHF. Let's go what's happening in EURCHF. And so for EURCHF, price is currently at its lowest low. All right, all time low. Let me see it. See, price has already broken the all-time low. All right, the all-time low for EURCHF has already been broken. All right, see, this was the all-time low, just already been broken, and so for now I'll be reluctant. All right, I'll be very reluctant because at the moment we all don't know where price is going to. All right, we don't know where price is moving to next, as to whether price will bounce off to the upside or continue to still dip. All right, so at the moment I'll still be reluctant. All right, I'll still be reluctant, and then see how price action is going to react. All right, I'll still be reluctant and see how price action is going to react. All right, so whatever happens, I will notify you in my Telegram channel. So if you're not part of my Telegram channel, just look through the description box below. The link is there. Click on the link and be part of the Flax Forex Telegram community. All right, yeah, so that is just that for EURCHF. Let's look at what is happening on GBPJPY. I was so happy this move, like this strong move happened on GBPCHF. All right, yeah, even though we weren't partakers, we didn't partake in this heavy move. All right, we weren't part of this heavy move, but I'm glad it did, because it is really giving us a very clearer picture as to where GBPJPY is moving so far as entering into the next quarter is concerned. All right, so far as entering into the next quarter is concerned. All right, we've seen a very heavy bearish movement last week. All right, and so the next draw liquidity is going to be this low. All right, and I'm just waiting for when price would fill up this liquidity void we are seeing here. All right, that happened last year. All right, but so let's see, and so I want to see price now that we have an impulse move. The next one is a correction move. All right, so going into next week, I want to see price correct. All right, I want to see price in the correction mood. All right, if not for anything at all, to this zone. All right, before we see a move to the downside. So going into a new week, I'll be looking for bullish prices. All right, I'll be looking for bullish prices. I'll be looking for bullish prices on GBPJPY. All right, just for the correction. All right, before we continue pushing to the downside. So that is my expectation on GBPJPY going into a new week. Let's look at what is happening on S&P 500. Yeah, for a while now, I've paused on trading the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. All right, I'm still building on my anticipatory skills so far as these two markets are concerned. All right, when I'm ready, when I'm at the right time, I'll just hop in. All right, I'm still looking at a few things here, and that is why I haven't really worried myself to jump into the S&P 500 and Nasdaq for now. But hey, we are going to resume trading those market very soon. All right, just be patient with me. All right, yeah. So for S&P 500 on the higher time frame, price is looking bearish. All right, on the higher time frame, price is really looking bearish. All right, and so the next area that I'm expecting price to hop into is this zone. All right, I'm really expecting price to hop into this area. And so moving straight to the daily time frame, let's see, moving straight into the daily time frame. Yes, so just as we've taken what we've grabbed liquidity here, I'm expecting price to retrace a little bit to the upside. All right, yes, I'm really expecting price to retrace a little bit to this zone, then we see a move to the downside. All right, here, so that is my expectation on S&P 500. That is my expectation on S&P 500. That is really my expectation on S&P 500. So I'm expecting price to retrace to this zone, then we see a continuation to the downside. So that is that for S&P 500. Let's go what's happening on Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, S&P 500, same plan. All right, Nasdaq, S&P 500, same plan. I'm really expecting Nasdaq to also have a similar price action as it is happening on S&P 500. All right, yeah, so Nasdaq is still bearish. All right, but I would expect to see a little bit of retracement, then we see a move to the downside. All right, yeah, so that is just that going into a new week. I wouldn't be so much expectant. All right, I wouldn't be so much expectant because the market is still not clear. All right, the market is still not clear, or the market hasn't still recovered from the FOMC. We are still seeing the FOMC effect on the market. All right, yes, and we have some couple of news releases this week too as well. So be very cautious, be very vigilant with your trades. All right, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just click on the subscribe button and then smash the notification bell. If you are not part of my Forex community, just look to the description box below, click on the link, and then be part of my Forex Telegram community. All right, let me say shout out to Samuel Owusu. All right, I don't know this guy, but this guy is always, supporting this movement, man. All right, so to Samuel Owusu, Charlie, big ups. All right, big ups. Yes, just continue to be watching the videos, and as well as Andy Boateng. These two guys, Charlie, they've been so supportive. All right, these two guys have been very supportive, and they are still supportive. All right, yeah, so please let's really subscribe if you haven't subscribed. All right, like the video too as well, and let me see your comments in the comment section. All right, by doing that, it really pushes me to bring you the weekly forecast every week. All right, I think this week is going to be either week 37 or week 38. All right, so for about 36 or 37 weeks now, I've been very consistent with the weekly forecast. All right, and that is a plus. All right, that is a plus. So please just click on the subscribe button, subscribe. All right, like the video, and then push me to be able to bring you the weekly forecast every week. All right, yeah, so that is just that. All right, until I come your way again and see you another time, I wish you all good luck and good trade. Stay safe.